Peace, YouTube family. It's your boy Zay coming back at you with another one. You dig. You know how we do. We get right into it. This video, I want to talk about intuition, aka the stomach brain. Um, yeah, well, I might title it that, but that's basically what I'm talking about. Um, so it's interesting because this whole intuition thing, a lot of people don't really understand that it comes from your brain within your stomach. And a lot of people call it your second brain, but me personally, I kind of think in my opinion, I think it's your first brain. But people use it as their second brain. Most people lead with their logic, especially most men, and I understand we're logical creatures and whatnot, analytical. I understand that. But that's where being able to tap into your feminine is a super power, bro. It's a superpower in modern time because we live in a world where it's advertised for men to be logical. You got to be logical as a man, and for you to feel something is lesser than for you to think something. But anyone who know that when you feel something, that's coming from the intuition. When you feel is to know. So that feeling is tapping into that feminine. But if you're so head over heels and too delved into your masculine, you won't be able to unlock that intuition, aka the feminine. That's all intuition is, to feel. You feel that feeling you get when you know something wrong, when you know something right. And them times when you had an intuition, but you was thinking about it too much and you use logic, what was logically right instead of what you felt, and it end up being exactly what you felt. Using logic and reasoning isn't always the answer. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in a world where everybody tries to make sense of everything. If it's not logical, if it doesn't have analytical reasoning to it, then it's not right or it's not gonna work out. But most people who chase, I won't even say chase, most people who elevate to their next level, to higher heights and achieve their goals, they listen to their intuition. They listen to that stomach brain. You know what I'm saying? Because when you feel, that's all your nerves, your central nervous system, your organs, your cells, everything is giving this signal from within your body. You get that turning feeling in your stomach that's telling you we need to do this, or it's telling you we don't need to do this. For example, I've had many situations where I had to listen to my intuition over what was logically right. One in particular instance, the last job that I worked at, I was making great money. I think I just talked about this recently in one of the videos. I was making great money, but my intuition was telling me to get up out of there, and there was those signals and signs that was also occurring. I was telling me like, yeah, get up out of there. And if I was to be logical, the logical thing in that situation, because I was getting a good amount of money that weekly, the logical thing would have been to stay there, keep working, keep stacking your bread. But using my intuitiveness was telling me to, nah, bro, you'll land on your feet, but this ain't the environment for you. And it wasn't. My frequency is being lowered. I was around people who wasn't vibrating at the level I was around. I was having to sacrifice so much of my peace and so much of my energy just to be there. Not even the working part, but just to be in that environment. Then on top of the type of work I was doing and how extraneous it was and how much it was setting me back, and the other thing I was trying to work on in terms of my in the gym, my business, and mental well-being and so much more. So Listening to your intuition is powerful. Now let me pivot into this. Having a strong intuition comes from eating things that elevates your intuition, that elevates you to your higher self. So you can't be eating BS. You can't be eating, fast food every other day and thinking you're going to have a divine intuition, or intuition that's going to lead you the right way. You eating fast food every other day, your intuition is bound to lead you astray, because you're not putting in life. You're not putting in high vibratory information. Food is information. So you're not putting in the type of information you need for that intuition to even channel you up and get you and send you the right signals. If you putting in bad, your intuition is gonna have a bad output. It's input output. IO. You put something bad in, your intuition is gonna give you bad output. It's a reflection. Your intuition, it works based off of you, and we got to remember that intuition comes from the stomach brain. So what you put into your stomach is going to affect that brain. So it's going to affect the signals that it send out. Some of the chemicals that's in this food will alter that stomach brain to misdirect you or give you false signals, or give you bad signals, because you're disconnecting yourself from your inner self, from your higher self, by eating these foods that have you all discombobulated within. So, number one, listening to your intuition is powerful. But number two, developing and cultivating your intuition is just as powerful and important. Because you don't just wake up one day and it's like, oh, I got the best intuition, it's going to lead me to right. If your lifestyle and your habits are not in alignment, then your intuition is not going to be in alignment. We gotta think about these things. You gotta start dissecting these things. People always talking about, oh, it's my intuition. Listen to my intuition. Some of these people out here don't have good intuition because they have bad habits. They eat bad. They consume bad entertainment. You know what I'm saying? They're not being mindfully. They're not being aware of what they consume on a day-to-day basis. They're not taking accountability of their actions. So all these things lead into you having an intuition that isn't firing on how you need it to be. So if your intuition ain't firing on how you need it to be, your intuition ain't really helpful to you. It's not as useful to you as it could be. Now, as opposed to the person who is eating right, who is who does have mindful consumption, who watches things that elevate their mental. Like I said, they're putting in the right food, aka information, within their body, so therefore they're gonna get the right output that they need for any situation that they get into. I've met plenty of people who are like, oh, my intuition been telling me this, but they was completely wrong. Because the chemical that's within whatever they put in, you know what I'm saying? It gives them this, it creates like a false reality or false intuition within you. Because again, food is information, so the information you putting in, it's leading you astray. So, quick video, man. And I want to end off on this. Like, a lot of guys really got to get out of the state of thinking everything is just supposed to be completely masculine with them. If more people understood that the universe as a whole is more feminine than masculine. Darkness is feminine. Masculine, they come about until light. But before light, it had to be darkness. For you to even know it was light, it had to be dark for you to know, oh, the light is providing the light. So the universe is more feminine than masculine. So these guys got to get out of this whole, oh, masculine, man, I don't feel, I don't know emotion. Being able to tap into your emotion, to be able to tap into your feelings, it connects you more to being able to tap into your intuition. Because when you have that intuition, you feel, not think. Intuition isn't up here; it's here. You feel that, like, damn, I know something ain't right about that. You feel it right here. It ain't even up here. You feel it right here. You know what I'm saying? So when you embrace your feminine, again, that's another point. When you embrace your feminine, you unlock your intuition to higher levels. So it's tiers and levels to unlock your intuition. You know, the more you embrace your feminine, the more you do all the other things we talked about, the higher your intuition fires at a higher level. You know, it's just like everything else. It's just like everything else. But you know, a lot of guys think, oh, everything got to be so masculine with them, or it got to be logical, got to be reasoning, got to be thinking. Or as a guy, you shouldn't feel anything. You shouldn't be moving off emotions. I disagree with that. Now, I say you shouldn't be solely moving off of emotions, but you should be taking into consideration to how you feel about certain things. Yes, you should. Absolutely. Because if y'all understood how powerful tapping into your feminine is, bro, I swear, y'all gotta stop listening to these alpha gurus. Masculine. It's not what the divine masculinity is having both and being able to intertwine between the two and based off the situation that you're in. Some situation that you're dealing with will require more masculine energy than feminine energy. Some situation you in will require more feminine energy than masculine. Being able to intertwine the two, that's where you find that divine masculinity, bro. I'm telling you, I gotta fall back and listen to these, oh man, logic and reason and analytical and data and da 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 da. If the numbers don't make sense, da da. Most people who achieve their highest goals was off of intuition, what they felt. I was watching the video of Nipsey the other day. I had posted on my story where he was like, it was some move he had made, but he was like, logically it didn't make sense. But his intuition was telling him, do it. And he did it. And it was a move. You know, so that goes to show you everything ain't. See, we live in a world, like I said, we live in a world where everybody think they can figure things out and have it to pinpoint data and analytics and down to the decimal. But when you tap into that feminine, you understand things are free flowing, things are sporadic, just like nature. Nature is free flowing and unpredictable. So when you're able to allow yourself to tap into that intuition and know sometimes, damn, I don't know necessarily how this about to play out, but I know it's a move because I feel it's the move. And when you feel something to move, when you put in the right things within you in terms of information, pause, but putting the right things in you in terms of information, food, and everything else, follow that intuition, bro. Your intuition won't lead you wrong as long as you put in the right information and you cultivating your second brain how you need to. Follow your intuition. Like with my entrepreneurship journey, I would say how it's flowing. It's like it has like a feminine flow. Like it's free flowing. I don't really know what's to come next. I know I'm making moves, but my lifestyle is very unpredictable as an entrepreneur. Very unpredictable. And I've talked to a lot of people and they was like, man, I can't do that. A lot of people be needing that consistent, schedule, consistent structure. And I've kind of disciplined this. I've self-disciplined myself to a point to where I know how to set up my own structure that works for me. But like I said, some people, they need that day-to-day, like, okay, I know what I'm doing this day. I know what I'm doing the next day. I know what I'm doing the next day. And teach his own. But for me, that don't really work for me because I'm a very formless type of person. I take a formless mindset to a lot of things. I don't like to feel like I'm going like I'm a robot, like I'm doing the same thing every day. Even if I ain't making as much money as I could be in terms of if I was like, going to day-to-day, doing the same thing as if I was a robot. But, money isn't as important to me as it is to some people. I know it's essential to what I'm trying to build, but at the same time, I'm gonna get it on. I'm gonna get it in, on how I best can still be in my most operative self, in a sense. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to conform who I am or burn myself out to a lifestyle just to get some money. You know, I know the money is essential to what I'm building, which is why I want to get it the way I want to. Like, I want to be able to get it like on the terms that I set up, you know, for myself. Conform my reality into alignment with who I am as an individual, instead of allowing reality to conform me to it, to play its game. Because we all playing the game. Anyone who even saying like, you know, this is a matrix, but all the ones, oh man, I'm trying to be out of the matrix. You're still playing the game, even when you're trying to get out of the matrix. So with you knowing that, you got to find ways to conform the matrix to best find to best find your peace, and find ways that you can still, you know, finagle through this matrix without losing yourself in it, without crashing out mentally and physically, emotionally, spiritually, you know. So all these things encompass back into intuition. You may ask how? Because your intuition is probably telling you, man, you don't need to be there. You don't need to be there. There's other ways to get some bread. You might not hit that mark of getting that bread like that right away, but just keep chipping away at what you're doing, man. You good on that right now. Because any move I done made off my intuition has been the right move. I swear to you not. When I've been in my right mind and my lifestyle is right, any move I've made off my gut feeling has been right. No cap. Because the thing is, when you vibrating high, the universe take care of you, bro. The Most High, God, Allah, Source, whatever you want to call it. One thing about me on this channel, I don't get into the specifics of the names of what you call that, whatever it is for you. Whatever it is for you, I'm not here to try to change you. I'm not, and I'm a little side tangent. A lot of people get caught up on that part, especially in the black community, which is why we can't never build past that part, because people always get caught up on, oh, if you call it this, I can't breathe. I seen it on Facebook. Oh, if you call this the universe, I can't be around you. If you call it God, whatever, if you call it Allah, whatever. This is why, just a side tangent, this is why in the black community, we can't never elevate past where we need to elevate or get down to the intricate parts and details of things, because we get stuck on the surface level things of minor things, such as what we call the creator or source. It's so, when you put it on a scale and really analyze it, think of how petty that shit is. As opposed to real issues we have with our kids and women being kidnapped, organ harvesting, melanin extraction. Like, just think about how petty that shit is. And all that roots from your ego, from your ego feeling like, oh, whatever I call it is the right thing to call it, and you should be calling it too. And if you don't call it that, I can't rock with you. That's where we lose, because we get caught up on dumb stuff. Surface level dumb stuff. And we never get past that, because we get stuck here and everybody go their separate ways, because it's like, oh, we don't agree on that. We can't agree on nothing. That's not true. That's not true. But y'all have been duped into thinking that, oh, we got our group over here, y'all got our group, y'all group over there, y'all got your group over there, and no, we can't work together, and it's sad. But let me spin back to tap into your intuition. And I'm really speaking towards fellas. Because y'all be wondering why women be knowing things and you be thinking she ain't got no clues. It's her gut feeling. It's her gut feeling that she got when she just knew, and you ain't left no evidence around you, when she just knew. You gotta understand, women are connected to this planet at a different level. Just that feminine energy that they have. Even the ones that ain't, you know, living it at a high frequency lifestyle, just naturally, because, you know, they got the feminine energy running within them, and this is a feminine planet. They still gonna have a little bit of intuitiveness. Now you start dealing with a woman who eating right, who tapped in, who who got their mindset right, who watching the right things, who eating the right foods, do not try to pull a fast one over her on her, bro. I'm telling you, it's not. She'll just probably look at you and laugh because it's like she know, bro. That's why I'm the type, I don't do sneaky shit anyways. But I damn sure wouldn't do it with a woman who on a high frequency lifestyle, because she gonna know her intuition is through the roof. Now you can use intuition for betterment as well. That's why I always listen to like what the woman around me. I always listen to ideas that they got, because most of the time, men, we thinking from the logic point of things of, okay, the numbers sense and how this is, and I've been able to tap into a level where I'm able to tap into my feminine too, and think of it from a, what do I feel is the right move as well. But I also allow women to, give me advice on certain things, because they coming from that certain perspective of that feminine. Even if I'm able to tap into my feminine side, they still have that different aspect on things, because they're able to tap into the feminine more than me. Just like how I'm able to tap into the masculine more than them. I'm able to intertwine between the two, but at the end of the day, it's still, you got to respect the woman, you got to respect the feminine and what she brings. And I do that. And, they bring, when they bring their ideas, because it's rooted from how they feel about the situation, and, and you combine the ideas from feeling and ideas from thinking, and you merge them, you create a third entity, because the first entity is the ideas from feeling. The second entity is the ideas from thinking. When you combine them, that makes that third entity, because they're no longer two different entities. They became together as one. So once they become together as one, that's a third entity. That's something new. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting into a little metaphysics a little bit. Let me hold it back. I got to work y'all into all that. But tap into your intuition, fellas. I'm telling you, get you a woman who's in touch with her intuition, who's in touch with her divine self. Allow her intuition to flow. Allow her feelings to flow. The more you allow her feelings to flow, the more she can tap into her intuition, which can be the betterment for the both of y'all, man. So, peace.